for Talking Sheep. Hello, did you sign that? Hello, everybody, and guess who's coming to dinner? Natty Dreadlock. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna eat?
My white friend, Robert is here. We love Robert. Robert is here. We were at the new and grand opening of the Social Justice Center over at El Camino College this afternoon. We've already spoken with Ethan. We will be having Ethan on. He did some poetry over there, but the main thing I want to do is converse with Robert. We had a wonderful day over there. I mean, so proud of this man. I was singing a song on Snapchat today, Praise You by Fatboy Slim, no pun intended. But I praise this guy and the work that you and Greta, we're going to have photos up on the Facebook. Tell me about it. What was exciting about it for you? His mom and dad, it was almost like you were graduating again, except the chancellor wasn't there rolling his eyes at you.
Yeah, they thought they got rid of me. They haven't.
What was it like being at El Camino? And I like what you said to those people about, here, let's take a look at that real quick.
I just wanted to thank everyone who has helped make this center a reality. This has really been a community effort, both within the community of El Camino College, but also the greater community of Los Angeles. This center would not have been a possibility if it wasn't for such a diverse group of people coming together and really making this a reality. And when we had our first fair last year, none of us had really thought that a year later we would be opening up a center. And for something as beautiful and as powerful for this to develop in such a short period of time, just is a testament to the need, you know what I mean, and the desire for this, you know, within the community, within the El Camino College community, within the outer community.
What did you mean by that? When you said those things, I mean, how did you feel though? I was so excited for you. It felt like I was your dad, and I was like, "That's my boy," you know, kind of thing. What was it like?
You know, I thought about pre-planning something to say, and I decided that I was gonna kind of go based with, I don't know, try and say something from my heart, so whatever it was that was on my mind and in my soul.
I knew that was not a prepared statement. You made it seem kind of like it was because it was so good, but I knew you were. It was just really cool to hear what you said. I really liked that.
And it was just really exciting to, like, you know, I really was trying to bear witness and step back. I have another kind of, I don't know if she's like a spiritual advisor, but she helps me a lot with my community organizing.
Right.
And she's been really trying to teach me and show me how to step back and, like, really bear witness and kind of, like, let other people step up.
Right.
So I was really trying to practice that today.
Kind of like a sort of an elder statesman to kind of not always be the loud mouth kind of. That's my job. No, I agree. I saw like some humility, and now that I've told you it's gone. But I saw a humble admission to your true position. Like, you were a part of all those people. Like, Greta was smiling, the lady in red. She looked so beautiful in that dress. What's the little guy's name with the glasses?
Israel?
Israel's actually going to take an interview from us. He said yes, so you're supposed to set it up. He
Okay.
told me if you do. Tell me a little bit about some of the poetry that. Here, let's take a look at some of those poems.
We are one, yet different, and yet the same. The air belongs to us all. The oxygen is needed to sustain.
Which of you would stand against it? Which hunt for whistle blown? Who said that? Who did that? Which side are you on? Here is the firing squad. They killed Metacomet. They killed Tecumseh. They killed Cameron. They killed John Brown. They killed Nat Turner. They killed the Rosenbergs. They killed Sacco and Vanzetti, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King. They killed Ruben Salazar. They killed Fred Hampton. They will be to kill in much the same fashion. Here are the blood-soaked fields that claim the life of Trayvon Martin. Half the nation applauded. Here is that nation. This is not a democracy. This is not a republic. This is the state of the union. They are killing our children. We are at war, and this is a call to arms.
The only way to overturn capitalism is by taking away their toy, their primary tool. Their weapon of control is money. We must release ourselves from their debt and abolish the private banking system. The resources we need are all right here today. We have much work that needs to be done. And all the tools are at our disposal, and an unemployed workforce starves to death. Seriously, what's wrong with us?
How did you get those people? And they were a part of one organization. What was their organization called?
They're called the Revolutionary Poets Brigade. The first time I met Mark, who is kind of like the go-to guy, I guess, if you will, for that organization, was through Occupy LA. And briefly, I had met him. But then also, we have established a relationship from the previous fair last year. He recited some poetry from,
I'll tell you what, Ray, and I know I have a huge ego, and God, please help me with this. But when Greta saw me coming in the line, she knew who I was. I asked her, could I get a photo with her? And she was just like, absolutely. And she even scooted over closer. And I was just so touched by the fact that she made me feel kind of like family, like I was a part of what you guys are doing over there. And I am going to do a series of shows on the opening of the social justice I keep wanting to say fair because that's how it all started for me. I know you've been doing way more, way longer. But the Social Justice Center at El Camino College, it's an open door policy, right?
And Brianna, like that interaction that you've had with her is really just a microcosm for the relationships we've been building with everybody that we've done. I mean, that's...
Who was the other woman there, the black woman with the curly hair?
That is Rebecca Cobb. She's the director of student activities.
Oh,
so
wow.
she manages that whole building. She serves as the official program
She was
director.
walking around with a smile on her face, too. I really would suggest, because I know you will be a part of some of their planning meetings and stuff, and any kind of fundraising activity, I think that would be, if I were, and this is just a friendly suggestion, I would really put on the table some sort of fundraising event and make sure that it follows all the protocol and rules that go along with assisting it. But I would definitely support that and get some of my friends to help out with funding, money. I mean, this program, and Robert will put it up, and we'll post it and link it to any of Robert's Facebook stuff or whatever, because quite frankly, this guy needs a website. I believe that as an individual, because you have so many things going on. And that's what prompted our website. Is that we had the It's Time to Eat, all this stuff. So JP said, we need a website. And I really think that you should have one.
Well, we're going to have one for the program soon.
Oh, okay,
and it's going to be linked to El Camino College.
Oh, wow.
So you'll be able to go to El Camino College's main page, and then you'll be able to...
click off and go and do the social...
So that's in the works. We're also going to be doing some fundraising most likely towards the end of this semester, maybe over the summer.
You let me know, and we will be there with cameras, lights, action. We may even get some dancing dogs out there. I don't know. Ethan even showed up. Ethan is not a student at El Camino. Ethan is a very integral part of our company here, what we're doing on Talking Shit and Black Man Hands Production. And he and Robert are confidant friends. And Ethan is not like Robert and I. He doesn't really do a lot of in front of the camera on scene stuff. He's usually behind. He wrote the theme music to both our shows. He's artsy. And he's the first Asian hipster I ever met. No, I'm just kidding. But to have him do a reading, I was just like, wow, Robert really motivates people.
And one of the readings we had, that little publication, was from a student group at El Camino. We're a bunch of students. It was for the Feminist Alliance, and that piece was his piece that he contributed for that publication.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Ethan has helped with Steve Vargas's music. He's helped Robert with different speeches and stuff. Did he help you with the...
He helped me write the commencement speech.
Right. Now, I mean, come on. And I just think that as a family, what Greta, I mean, how do you say her name?
Brianna von Stein.
Don't say it, because you don't say it right, and you know it. I should have asked her myself, but I don't want to embarrass
It's
myself.
Brianna.
Brianna. Okay, look, I want to talk a little bit real quick about someone that Robert mentioned earlier who will be coming on our show. His name is Mark Lippman.
I got it wrong the first time.
You got it wrong at the thing. But you know what? Robert, you're so good at saying names fast when you don't really know how to say them that it doesn't sound like you're screwing up. But it is Mark Lippman, and he gave me this book today, and I showed it when I did it with the show with Ethan. And it's a series of essays on some of the really kind of far, left ideas somewhat, but excuse me, a lot of stuff I agree with, and I really am going to enjoy just as much as I enjoy Robert having Mark around. We also had a guy who was an artist. What was his name again? Shabu. He's coming on the show.
I want to say Iwa.
Imani.
Iwa, but I could be
Iwa.
pronouncing it
We
wrong.
will get his.
I believe it's Iwa.
I have his card on me, but I'm too unprofessional to get it. No, this is Mark's card. I've got Mark on the brain. This is Mark's little card here. Let's close, but I really want you to tell me what it feels like to know that you went to that school, you did your thing, and you have gone on to the university. What did it feel like just standing there looking out at that? Because I thought it was going to be a smaller turnout. There was a decent amount of people there. And I was just like, wow, this is a real thing. This is not some kabuki theater. I mean, you really are. What does it feel like to sit back and kind of, like you said, delay until you step back? When you step back and take a deep breath at what you've done so far, and you haven't even finished your second year at the university, what does it feel like on the inside?
Satisfying.
Right.
Like, I know it really has been a community effort.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that people don't see. Like, for instance, one of my professors, she donated like 60 books. You know what I mean? Or like one of the professors, she brought her whole class. You know what I mean? And those are just a couple of examples, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that this has really been a community effort, and to just kind of like bear witness and step back and realize that I'm a small part of a larger whole, and to like, be able to play the role that I've kind of, the universe has assigned me,
Right.
and just kind of help connect different things is really all I'm doing. I'm
Right.
not creating anything. I'm just basically helping bring things together.
You know what I saw too, Robert, is that when I walked in, because I got there a tiny bit late, you know me, I want to be Mr. Grand Man, and nobody paid any attention to me at all. And when I walked up, you totally fit. It wasn't like you were out of place because you're no longer a student there. You're a part of the working, structure of what it has gone on and will be going on at that social justice center. I know that it's going to be a struggle for some people to actually find it. What was the name of the big building that it's in?
It's a student activity center.
So when you go onto the campus, if you could just get to the student activity center over at El Camino College, you will then easily find the social justice center. It's a system. You know what I was thinking about too is like having or like a rotating gallery. Rotating artists, like 1 week this person's artwork is in there, because Ethan's got some really good pieces too.
We're going to be changing things most likely on a monthly basis.
Look at me, I'm already drawing. You know what I'd like to do is get a segment going on our, and I'm saying this in front of you, and you're so busy as it is, but maybe once a month, you coming on here without me at the desk and you being at the desk, and just giving a sort of social justice center update by way or through Talking Shit or Black Male Hands, and just kind of updating us on anything once a month that is going on there. Even if it's just a regular little plug to get people from the community over there. I saw something on the board that was written. It was in red writing, and it just said, somebody wrote it and I got really emotional, and I don't want to cry or anything now, but it just said, if you notice anything that you need and you don't see it, tell us. Not, go away and go do it yourself or, vote for George Bush. And it just felt like a really community-based comment that I don't hear a lot anywhere anymore. If you notice something that you need and we don't have it, ask somebody, one of the workers here. And that was written on the board. I was just like, wow, this is sort of a utopic breeding ground for that kind of stuff.
Well, we want to, not just be telling students what they need. And I feel that there is a lot of people tell younger people what they need, that they don't know what they need. And it's a kind of like, I believe that students, especially young adults, have an understanding of what they need as an individual, what their community needs, and I feel like it silences students because they're constantly being treated like they don't know what they need, like
Right.
they don't know what they want, that they're incapable, that they're
Right.
not. And for me, it took a lot of, people in my life to show me and teach me, and help develop my capacity for service. And I didn't believe that a lot of things, were possible. I had no idea that I was capable of doing stuff like this.
Right.
And for me, like, it all started with the simple thing like Peter Gerard taking me to my first protest.
Mm-hmm.
And people like ever since, just showing me, hey, you can do this, you're capable of doing this is how you can be. You know what I mean? This is tangible things that you can do, like you're capable of doing these things.
Right. God, that was powerful, and I think that we will have to get the great Peter on camera. I mean, we got Ethan on camera today, and I felt like an emotional breakthrough. I was like, wow. And then my friend the Frog, we interviewed the Frog, because if he's a frog, then that means Ethan is a rabbit, right? No, but we're getting these people on here, and we're talking about things that really matter. And we want you to go over to the Social Justice Center over at El Camino College. Walk through there. There's some artwork. There's some books. If you want to help out with anything, go over there and talk to people. You can talk to the workers that are in the facility. And if you have any books or anything that you want to contribute or talk to somebody about, by all means, it's staffed when it's open. And it's not just like a hollow, empty suit, is what I'm saying, and we'll have to close here. But there's something really happening there. And today, with the poetry readings, the opening ceremony, the snacks, and the food. Sorry, that's the wrong show. It was just really pleasant, and I'm grateful that I